for fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins, make sure you guys go check out my sponsor U4GM Coins. Use code VENOM at checkout for 5% off your order. Yo, what's good guys, Venomfire here back with another video, and today I'm going to bring you guys my full big nickel over G defensive ebook. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the big nickel over G run defense and pass defense that has kind of taken over the defensive meta right now. You see a lot of people are running big nickel. It's by far the formation that I would go up against the most, I would say. And overall, it's just really good against the pass and the run. Now, we are in the 4-6 defensive playbook. That's what I'm running on defense right now. If you want a full ebook on that, let me know. I might drop that soon. Again, let me know in the comments if you want a full ebook on this defensive playbook. So, before we get into the video though, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. About 70% of my viewers are not subscribed, so if you could hit that subscribe button, it would be much appreciated. We are now on the road to 12,000 subscribers. So, big nickel over G, again, it's in the 4-6 playbook. You're going to want to put safeties here at linebacker, not only for the run defense, but against the pass, you want to be able to use them. At this little cornerback spot, you can just throw anybody. Again, he's going to be blitzing the majority of the time. And even with your user, you see I'm going to be using a 63 overall player for the run defense. And it's still going to work, so it shows even if you have a low overall player, the run defense still works, the pass defense, the blitz still works. So we'll start out with the run D. Now again, I think there might be a little bit of a different setup, but I don't honestly know it. I'm not going to buy one of the pro players' ebooks and just re-upload that because that's kind of messed up. But as far as I know, it's just going to be out of a stock cover 3 or really any play. I like to run it out of cover 3. I think you can run it out of any play. But again, cover 3 is the best in my opinion. I'll go up against I-form close. Now the setup, really all that there's to it is just to pinch your defensive line and stand here in the gap with your user. So I'm going to stand here with Redmond. Now, standing in the gap is kind of the key point of the run defense because if you're too close, you'll get blocked. But if you're too far away, the running back will obviously outrun you and you'll just pretty much be doing nothing. So you kind of have to be in the right spot. I would recommend going into practice mode, practicing this yourself, because if you get too close, get too far away, you're going to be giving up a lot of big plays. This is a little bit of a riskier run defense in the sense that if you mess up with your user, then really there's not too much defense behind it. So again, it's very dependent on your user, which is definitely good in my opinion, but if you're not good with the user, it can be bad. So with that being said, we'll just call stretch, snap the ball, and you see right there, able to make the tackle in the backfield. 63 overall, safety, tackling Dalvin Cook in the backfield again, pinching my D-line. That time I was a little bit far away, so this time I might move closer and just adjust. That time I was too close. You notice that he actually did end up blocking me, so that's sort of the difference you want to find. And obviously, I probably shouldn't have used a slower safety, but I wanted to show you that you don't have to have, the best player in the game as your safety. So again, here I'm going to make that tackle, and I'm not even, spamming A to get that suction tackle, which is something you should do. I was able to just make the regular tackle, and I have so much ground that I can make up that it's really not even close. Again, really the big issue with the run D is getting too close, getting too far away. Here again, you see I'm able to make that tackle in the backfield. And really, there's a lot of fast safeties in this game, so the speed difference should not be an issue. Especially, I'm not even sure who's in MUT right now, but there's definitely some fast guys, Derwin James, guys like that you can throw here at your user and have success. Again, able to run straight through that gap, make the tackle. Now you're probably asking, well, what if they flip the play? If they do flip the play, the gap shoot is not as easy, but it is still able to happen. So again, here you see I actually did get blocked that time, but you see the defense, I took up the center. I was able to really force that tackle for loss again. I'll flip the run here and snap the ball. You notice there I'm able to shoot through that gap, really force your opponent to go outside. If you would have cut it inside, then you're obviously there to make the tackle. It's not as, or drawn out as the first run D where you're running it to the right, but again, you're still able to shoot that gap and you're still standing in the spot. You notice when I first ran it to the left side, I had the gap shoot. I just sort of messed up with my user. So again, I'll run it to the right, sprint down with your user. Make sure that you're spamming A. You notice how I'm getting those wrap-up tackles. I'm spamming A on my controller, spam X if you're on PS4, and that's how you get those wrap-up animations. Even if they're, 2 yards in front of you or whatever, you're still able to get those really, really good animations, and even with a low overall player, you don't need any abilities. Again, here, that time I actually did get messed up. but you see big nickel over G is a pretty good base defense against the run. If you want, you can also press your DBs. What that does is it just is going to help you out a little bit on that right side. Maybe it helps take up an offensive lineman or take up a tight end, whatever the case is. I'll just show it a couple of more times. And again, this does work against other formations, obviously, besides I form close. I'm just using what the Vikings offense has. I accidentally came out in the Vikings offense right there. You see, even shooting through it better than I had before. And really just make sure that you hold turbo rate when they snap the ball. You want to make sure you time it perfectly so that you don't give up a big play. Obviously, if I know they're like running the ball, something I would probably do is just go ahead and maybe spy one of these players. And with your user, you can actually throw him on a blitz. This is something I forgot to mention. You can throw him on a blitz or a spy, and he's going to get better cutting animations. Or I'm not sure if that only works for the pass, but I have seen people do it against the run. So I'm pretty sure right there, I felt like a little bit of a difference. I did mess up the blitz, and maybe that was because I spied him, but you guys see. I'll show it one more time here, just blitz him. And honestly, if that does mess it up, then just kind of ignore what I'm saying. But there you see, I get a little bit of it faster. Again, I messed up with my user, but yeah, it's pretty much going to do it for our run D. All right, now we are going to hop into the pass defense. Now, the pass defense is going to be a blitz. I'm going to focus on the blitz. I'll talk about the backside adjustments a little bit, but you can actually run the blitz out of a lot of these plays out of the formation. You can run it out of the strong safety linebacker blitz, which is actually what I'm going to run out of. You can also run it out of strong safety blitz 2 and strong safety blitz 3. You really just want to play where that slot cornerback is automatically on a blitz. Again, the setup will be pretty much the same for all three of those blitzes. I like the strong safety linebacker blitz because it is a man coverage shell, and we all know how good man coverage is. So I'm just going to come out in that. Again, on offense, I'll just be in a shotgun set here. Let's just go with this doubles off set. So coming out on the field, now I actually did upload a separate video on this formation, but again, this setup might be a little bit different than that one. I think I did change up a couple of things from that video. First things first, you're going to press your defense, then you are going to pinch your D-line and slant inside. Now, previously I would contain, but right now I actually am not the biggest fan of containing. I feel like it doesn't really make too big of a difference, but sometimes it actually slows down your corner and you can get detected. I feel like Nano detected a little bit more when he's on the contain. Again, if you do choose to contain, it doesn't hurt the defense, but again, there's not necessarily too big of a need for it. Now, obviously taking a look at the play, you notice that one of the linebackers is already on a blitz, so that's the one you're going to want to user. And you want to make sure that the running back is still manned up. So if they send him out on a route, then he's not going to be completely open. You notice that we have man coverage across the board. You can shade over the top so with that your players don't get completely burnt. And something I would recommend doing is just moving this guy down if you're going against a trips or a spread or whatever the case is. So the next step is with your user, you're just going to hover. I like to hover towards the left side, or excuse me, the right side. And then when the ball is snapped, you kind of want to move over to the left with your user, and the center is kind of going to follow you. Now, there's two ways that this blitz can come in. Either that slot cornerback can shoot free right off the edge, or usually that defensive end on the right side can get a disengage animation. So I'm hoping we see both when I'm running this. Hopefully we do. But yeah, it's really effective in my opinion. Here I'm just going to snap the ball. I'm going to sort of move over to that side, and right there the cornerback comes in almost probably 1 to 2 seconds. Very quick, very effective. Again, you're going to press your defense, pinch your D-line, and slant inside. Previously I said contain. You do not have to contain. You can if you want. Might show that at the end just if you want, but again, the only real reason I could see containing being a little bit better would be just in case, you know, maybe they pick up your heat, maybe they block their running back, then obviously you are kind of in a bad situation where, you know, they're scrambling out to the left. If you have the contain on the left, that can sometimes stop them from running out of the pocket. That's probably the advantage to containing, just if your opponent is blocking that running back. But again, later in the video, we will talk about how to run this blitz as a bluff out of this play, just because obviously just blocking the running back sometimes can stop the blitz. So you want a way to counter that. Maybe you only send 3, and that's a good way to, you know, get him to block his running back when you're only rushing 3 people. But again, same setup. I'll snap the ball, move over to the side, and right there we got the disengage animation. Now when you get the disengage animation, sometimes one player will come free, and that's usually Zadarius Smith, but right there you saw we actually got 3 disengages. Now I want to focus on this. I'll show it in the replay so you can get a better look at it. So when you get the disengage animation, take a look at it. Right off the bat, Dean Lowry, number 94, gets that disengage, and obviously our slot cornerback did kind of get stuck there, but not only did he get the disengage, Zadarius Smith gets that disengage right off the right tackle and the right guard. In addition, Preston Smith over here on the left side, I believe he got the disengage. Yes, he did. So again, the disengage animation, although it is a little bit slower, because you see, slot cornerback probably would have been, he sacked him like right around here. So the contact is just a touch slower, but you still get the pressure. And obviously, when you get that disengage animation, he's not going to be able to block it, even if he blocks his running back or a receiver or a tight end or whatever, because you have 3 people right there. So again, that can be better than the edge heat. Obviously, it's a little bit slower, but there's really no way to block the disengages, even if you block a running back or whatever. So again, I'm not sure how to get the disengage versus the slot cornerback coming free. I just sort of do the same thing, and sometimes that slot corner gets the pressure, sometimes the disengage happens. Again, there's no rhyme or difference to them happening. Again, though, I'll just show the setup. Try and get another slot corner, or try to get that slot corner to get off the edge. Again, move over, there we go. And sometimes that slot cornerback can actually get pressure and we can get the disengage. So that was a case of both. And this is actually good for the instance that if he were to block his running back. You notice right there we get the corner off the edge, but not only that, Zadarius Smith gets the disengage animation. Dean Lowry also got like a weird disengage, but he got actually picked up by the center. So it was kind of an unfortunate loop here between Kenny Clark and Dean Lowry. You notice that they both got disengages, but they actually looped into the other players. Dean Lowry actually does recover, and the center picks him up for a second before he's able to get that animation to shed him. But you notice, obviously, Zadarius Smith, he got his disengage, same animation, and it's unfortunate the animation that happens where he's going to shed and then gets sort of slowed up, but you see, obviously, if he blocks his running back, he's going to stop your cornerback from coming off the edge, but right there, you still have a chance to get 2 players, and that is really the best way that this blitz can, get the pressure. Again, I'll try and go through faster. I know showing the replay does slow it down a little bit, but again, move over to that side, slot cornerback. You notice Dean Lowry again gets a disengage, and this is something I didn't really talk about in that separate video, so if you are watching this video, you're getting a little bit more than I posted, and I might even drop another video on the big nickel over G. Might drop it out of the strong safety blitz too, so let me know if you guys want to see that. But again, move over, boom, more people, you get the corner, you get a couple of disengages. Really difficult to block that. Now let's say he's blocking, he's max protecting, or he's just blocking his running back. Maybe he's even blocking 7 people. So obviously you're gonna give him the same look, but really what you're going to do is just give him a little man coverage with 2 purple zones. So what I would do is usually rock with something like this, and then in the instance that we're pretending his running back is on a block, we can afford to throw this guy in a curl flat. If not, what I would do is just throw the D lineman, the DN right here in the curl flat, and then user Scott here. We're rushing 3. It's a really good bluff blitz. You get him to block his running back, and then you can user whatever, throw it up, and you see the coverage really good on the back end. And you still have your user. You still have zones to help out. Crossers, deep crossing patterns that you can't reach. So again, that's my favorite way to bluff it. I'll show it one more time here. Just put that DN on a curl flat, and then what you're doing is putting your slot cornerback in a curl flat. Make sure that you are in the slot cornerback package, otherwise you won't be able to put those players in curl flats, especially that slot corner, so be careful about that. But you're still rushing 3 people, still able to get that really good pressure, and obviously big nickel, it's pretty good shed defense also, so that's a plus. With that being said, that's going to end the video. If you guys did like the video, if you enjoyed it, if you think it helped you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're on the road to 12,000 subscribers, and peace. I'm out of here.